Not recommended, and it feels so good. Instagram not pushing my shit like they should. What's up, everybody? This is Jerid from Echo Blades, and you're tuned in to the Triple T podcast with my buddy, homie, and bro, Mr. Dennis Tyrell from Tyrell Knifeworks. How the hell
Hey,
are you?
I'm good. I'm nice and relaxed. I just got out of the hot tub, so
Oh, that sounds relaxing.
it was awesome.
Oh, good. It's hot.
Yeah, it was nice.
I don't know. I guess it's a cool 66-ish around now, right now.
Something like that. Hey, it's not snowing like half of our viewers, or listeners, whatever.
Yeah, I'm in a bubble. I'm in the California bubble.
Yeah,
I don't listen to news.
Not being from here, I still think it's funny every time I go somewhere with my wife, and she's like, "It's so green here." Like, no, it's green everywhere else but California.
That's a fact. I'm with her because everywhere I go, I'm overwhelmed.
I know
by how
you say
green
the
it
same
is.
thing.
I mean, right now it's the green time of the year, so we're chilling with nice rolling hills, and we have like actual hills and shit, not these little rolling mole ant hills, but they're green. They're beautiful. So it's really nice to while you're driving to look up instead of
for
at the
that
car
month
right
and
in
a
front of
half.
you. Yeah, and then it's brown.
It's the Golden Hills of California, remember?
I say they're brown.
But the one thing about California you cannot bitch about is the weather.
I'm telling you, it's perfect except for the people and the politics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but we won't get into that.
that's right.
So how's your work week been? Maybe that was a mental faux pas. Have you been working a lot?
Yes, I have been working a lot. It's been it's oddly enough, probably it was a really lame week. A lot of meetings, and I don't want to really go into it, but yeah, it was pretty lame. A lot of long hours. I think I worked almost like 48 hours in 2 days.
Wow.
It was a hustle. But even besides all that, because we all have jobs in some form or another, I hope. Um, I still managed to get quite a bit of stuff done this week. I had a really productive weekend in the shop. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
On top of it all, kind of got to decompress and let it all go, and actually get some stuff done.
Yeah, you got some exciting progress on at least one knife, I'm sure we'll talk about.
Sure. How was your week? Because you were a ghost.
I was not a ghost.
A fucking ghost.
It was busy. It's one of those every day something like, oh, I'm going to do this. And then like, oh, I got like 3 orders for sharpeners or whatever. Now I got to pack those. I got to do that. And then we had to make sharpeners, Parker and I, and just a lot of stuff just kept coming up. And the Viking challenge, of course, was a big deal because getting ready for that, doing all of the admin for the Viking challenge, which I'm sure we're going to cover. That's always busy for me because I'm always poking and prodding people and making sure they get their shit in for the challenge and the voting survey and the pictures and the links and the playlists. And it's a lot of shit to arrange.
Look, dude, we're talking about real work. You're not retired yet. I don't want to hear about orders for sharpeners and stuff. I'm talking about your real job. Like, did you work an hour?
A day.
Okay. All right.
But the thing is, my team doesn't know. My boss knows, but my team doesn't know unless they listen to the podcast, which I'm sure they don't. But I think I'm going to have to tell them this week before this goes on too far because I don't want them to to hear from others. So I'll have to tell my org this week, hopefully.
You heartbreaker, yeah.
I know.
Speaking of that, we had a pretty big announcement last week. Cool having Brian on the show.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was cool for you guys. But
Jared's happy Brian's not here and he gets to talk this week.
I was telling somebody, we got a couple, people with some feedback and stuff, and somebody mentioned it was like the 26-minute, right? And I was like, I just want you guys to understand. Could you imagine trying to get a word in edgewise between those two fat heads, fucking Brian House and Dennis Tyrell, chopping it up with a big announcement? But no, go ahead.
Even my wife said it. She said, I've been listening for 20 minutes. I haven't even heard Jerid yet.
No, to be honest, I had some things going on in the back, so I was muted for most of it, and then subconsciously, because we're doing a podcast, right? And I know I should know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing, right? So I kind of was trying to handle some business here in the background, and I had you guys on mute, and in my headset, I swear I felt like I was just listening to a podcast. It was crazy, and then I like step back in. I'm like, oh shit, maybe I should say something here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're just ignoring us.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it
But
was good.
I'm sure you got some well wishes and a lot of good
A lot.
feedback from the
Yeah.
community, I could imagine.
Yeah. A lot of, even in comments on videos and stuff. So it was really cool.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
awesome.
did a Facebook post. Excuse me. I did a Facebook post. So a lot of my friends, now all of my friends know, and family and all that stuff. So
That's cool.
yeah. So
I ignored that one.
and I finally created a Facebook page for Tyrell Knifeworks. Figured I'd get on that one.
Yeah, that's funny you say that because I have this thing I have to get over with like pushing myself with social media, my work, my just in general, right? So I created an Echo Blades on Facebook as well, and I think it asks you, do you want to like recommend it to your friends?
Yeah, I picked everybody. Select all.
And I said nobody.
Oh,
So I've been just like a couple people here, a couple people there, like an idiot. So now I'm trying to go back and like figure out how can I spam everybody because apparently that's the way.
yeah. You don't want to be shy about that. Just pick
Or
everybody, especially you got a lot of knife makers that follow you as Jerid, right, on
yes,
Facebook.
yeah,
So they're all going to want to follow the Echo Blades.
sure. I can imagine. I don't know. I'm always in fear of being a tryhard or something, but I'll get over it.
You need to try harder at being a tryhard.
That's pretty clever. Yeah, so I did see that. Well, that's cool. That got some traction pretty good, I imagine.
Yeah, I know. I've already got a couple people interested in knives. I already sold one of the chef knives I just finished. So yeah,
Oh, that's
things are
cool.
moving. And then I realized like I have a lot of friends that are local, obviously local friends here. I should be pushing courses to them. I should be like telling them about like through my page, right? So yeah, I gotta now start putting more thought into marketing and advertisement and that kind of thing. So just trying to get that going before July.
Yeah,
Put
I could
something
see
in the
that.
pipeline, kind of thing.
Yeah, and the business page is a good place to do that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Cool.
But yeah, my week has mostly been prepping for Viking Challenge and getting that out, and that's like a relief now. Like I got a couple of like the judges voting and a bunch of other things to do, but you know, nothing crazy. The viewer votes, setting up the viewer voting for us to vote on the viewer knives, but
That's cool.
yeah, but just to get into Viking Challenge a bit, I'm really thrilled how this one turned out. Like a lot of high class builds in this one from the participants and especially from the viewer entries. There was 37 viewer entries, which is
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
And some of them are spectacular, like just crazy, like really, really good.
Yeah, that's why I didn't
Um,
get in it. No.
and I mean, of course, there's going to be some people that just wanted to do it, like, which is great. Like, get out of your comfort zone and do it. So yeah,
Mhm.
we have all ranges. But I am I am thrilled to have my build done. and I'm pretty happy how it turned out. And now I can work on Knives for Blade Show and focus my attention there. But
Yeah, I think all the weed smoke's finally cleared out from Saturday, so people are probably
right.
actually like looking at the videos now. And
Yeah, I still have 4 of them to watch, I think. I started on the playlist and I just went down and um, doing them by the playlist. So I think the next one is I'm up to is Art of Craftsmanship. And I was listening to their podcast earlier, and I got to give it to Dustin. They live in Maine. Maine? Yeah, Maine. And there's a shot of him coming out of the water of like a pond, and he's like all in like Viking gear, and he's like kind of rushing out of the water with this big axe. And then on the podcast, he said they did 7 takes of that shot. I'm
oh
like,
Lord,
in Maine. Like, so they must have filmed this like at least a couple of weeks ago. So what was the temp of that water?
yeah,
Yeah, I hate cold water, so there's no way I would have done that. But
you
kudos
sure they're in
to
Maine? I think they're like in
I'm pretty
where's
sure it's Maine,
where's the Orioles play?
Baltimore,
Yeah,
Maryland.
Maryland. I think
One
they're
of
in
those
Maryland.
M states.
Yeah, they're in
Maryland.
Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland.
Look at you
So
with your baseball knowledge. So proud of you. So proud of you. Look at that.
I only know that because they mentioned it in the podcast, so that's the only reason I know.
Don't lie to me. Yeah.
But I'm already getting shit in comments on my build that it's not historic enough.
Good God.
The guard isn't historic, and the blah blah blah. I'm an expert. Blah blah.
Dude, that guard when I watched, so I'm sucking on trying to get through some of those videos. On Saturday, I made a conscious effort to be in the shop and just listen to things and not watch stuff, because I'll listen to music and just kind of zone out and do my thing. But if I'm watching like a video where sometimes it's like I'm so bored just hand sanding or doing something, that's the best thing for me to do. But I made a conscious choice to not do that on Saturday, which was probably my best time to, get through some videos. So I'm behind a little bit, but I did catch yours. And I don't know. I think when you showed me originally the guard in its raw, that thing looked like the biggest wing nut I've ever seen in my life. I just wanted to spin it on something, like that thing was massive because that was the twist, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that thing was huge.
yeah. And I knew people were going to look at it and go, "What the fuck's he doing? That looks ridiculous." But I I had to like you know use your inner sculptor and sculpt the guard out of that thing because I wanted to remove a third on every side
Yeah.
to show and you see how it turned out. Like you see the stars in it perfectly. Like it was the perfect amount of grinding for that one.
Yeah, no,
So
it came out great, but yeah, I was like, Vikings had wing nuts apparently, so I think it's accurate.
yeah. The other mentions, like so far of the ones that I've watched, my favorites. Um, Owners was dies in every film. His was funny.
Yeah, I did
Um,
see that one. That was good.
Green Beetles was hilarious, and he
Dude,
wasn't.
go ahead.
Did you watch that one?
I caught the very first part of it. Like his intro, thankfully I was in traffic. That was fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious, and he wasn't going to do a video because he busted his press or whatever. The switch. He thought it was the switch on his press, but it turned out to be something more serious, and he had to get some parts from Cole, and it wasn't going to come in time. And this is like his billet was almost as big as mine.
Mm.
Like so, he was doing a complex Damascus as well, and so there's no way he was going to finish this thing. Like it was in a 3x3x6 inch block, it looked like. And so he sent us a picture on the Discord chat, and he said, like, I'm dead in the water. And we said, that looks like a perfect weapon. You should do the video of it like that. And if you haven't seen Green Beetle's video, you got to go watch it just for the. He spends, I swear, it's like the first 5 minutes superimposing this block with a little end on it over top of all these different pictures. I think there's one of like the Last Supper, and one of the guys is holding it.
Dude, it is genius. I mean,
Oh,
just the historical reenactment of the metal block and all of these scenes in Waterloo and fucking Egyptian hieroglyphs. I mean, it's fucking fantastic.
yeah, and honestly, we've said this among the participants. Like the two channels that Green Beetle was in, he was very serious in those videos. We missed that funny edge that he's got in his videos, and this one really delivered more than any of his videos in a long time. So
Yeah, it was really funny. It was
yeah,
a great
it was
job.
really good. And Tony's, you got to watch Tony's video. His was good too, because he's got his,
Doesn't he have like a reoccurring character or something?
yeah, Bubba.
Bubba, that's right. Yeah.
So Bubba shows up in the beginning and at the end, so
Yeah.
it was pretty, and it's a really stellar Damascus pattern. It looks really good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tony's really, really good bladesmith. Like, does some amazing Damascus patterns.
Yeah,
So
I got to check that out for sure. I mean, I'll get them all. I'll definitely
yeah,
check them all out.
they're all great. They're all great.
I did watch Spencer's, and I'm glad I watched it today. Just kind of like I said in traffic, and dude, I was kind of blown away. Like,
Oh yeah, he lays some science on you in that one.
I felt so stupid. Like, I mean, literally, I was looking at the graphs and kind of just going back and forth and like listening to him go, and I was just like, man, like I really felt like dumb, and then I felt like I was learning too at the same time, and then on top of that, like his, I think it's great that you guys all kind of put aside plus you didn't have this huge pool of historical examples to pull from, but like you guys just put it aside and said, you know what, you're gonna do something kind of like Viking-ish and just do whatever we want, but the construction on that, the way he bent
Yeah,
that ingot around the rod and stuff.
it is not easy. Like, that is one of the hardest things to do. For the listeners, if you haven't seen Spencer's video, he takes a bar, which is Woots, okay, which is
Well,
already hard to work with.
it wasn't Woots, it was something else, but a Woots-ish kind of
Yeah, well,
ingot.
sorry, it's
I
Crucible.
learned,
It
okay?
was Crucible steel. Okay, so he made some Crucible steel out of modern powdered steel. So technically, it's not Woots, but whatever.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
And then not just edge barred it, but bent it around. So made the front of the sword round, and then bent that bar all the way around, and then forge weld it.
Yep.
That's a bitch to do. Like, forge welding an edge bar is hard enough, but what he did, that is some masterful forge welding techniques there.
Yeah, a lot of it with a hammer, and
Yeah,
he cracked me up at the very end. He was like, it's a pretty heavy. It's I think historically they're around like 2 or 3 pounds or something like that, and this one comes at 4. And he's like, for a lesser man, it might be heavy.
yeah.
And if you haven't seen Spencer, this he's a monster.
His arms are bigger than my legs, and I'm not joking.
No joke, dude. It was hilarious. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I really enjoyed that one, and so I can't wait to see the rest of them.
yeah. Did you see that he just did a video with Dr. Laren Thomas?
Yeah, I did see that. I haven't got to check it out, but
I did. I watched it today.
It was
It's
good.
really good. Yeah, it was really good.
Was it nerdy?
Very.
Okay.
It was on Knife Steel Nerds, so of course it was nerdy.
Why I know that,
but it was just about. It was really great because hopefully it dispels. It has its pros and cons, right? Like, to summarize what they said is Woots, and this is almost classical Woots, like almost. He added niobium as the carbide formation agent or whatever instead of manganese or whatever they would normally use. But that's didn't affect it that much. And basically what Laren demonstrated, like, you know, by testing it, was that it had, because it's got so much carbon, okay, it has good slicing properties. Okay, it has good edge retention, but not very good toughness. Okay, which is, this is there shouldn't have been any surprise there. Like, I don't think anyone was surprised, or you shouldn't be surprised much by that. But if you look at it on a chart, because people relate to charts, right? You go, oh, it's on this chart, it's below 1095 and 01 and all these other steels. But if you look at the other one, then it's above a lot of those steels for edge retention, because it has the carbides in it and the high carbon content. But it has a pattern, right? It's not just, you know, it has,
right? Yeah.
It has a beautiful pattern to it. And this is a steel that was made, whatever, how many hundreds or 1,000 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah, it was, I thought it was pretty interesting, and hopefully it dispels this myth that it was the best steel ever and steel better than modern steel. It is absolutely not better than modern steels, but it's historical. It has its own properties. So it's a great video to watch, and it didn't get too sciencey. There's a little science in that one, but yeah, everyone should go watch that. And if you're not following Heavy Forge, Spencer's channel, then go give it a follow and subscribe and check it out. He does some cool stuff with Woots.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I saw his video. Yeah, I got, like I said, 4 more to go, just to make sure I know them all. But we got another. I mean, voting just started, and voting closes next Friday. So that's when we'll announce. I think I got to talk to Mr. Toby and Owner, because I'm supposed to be on Fire and Steel to announce the winner. Only because we didn't have this podcast created, or we would have done it on this one. But I already promised them we would do it on Fire and Steel.
Share the love, Dennis. Share the love.
And shout out to Toby. Toby listened to the podcast, and they mentioned it on Fire and Steel, and he said it was a really good podcast. He enjoyed it a lot, and, you know, seemed to say that it's surprisingly good for the amount of episodes that we've had. So thank you, Toby.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
right on.
So yeah, and we'll see Toby at Blade Show.
Oh, that's right. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So did you finish your build entirely? You gonna put it in something, or
so? I think I need to re-etch the guard for mine. I'm just not happy. There's one little cloudy part on the guard, so I got to re-etch the guard. It was okay for pictures, but before selling it, I got to sand one part down and re-etch it. I'm working on the scabbard now, which is an interesting one. I've never done. I don't like doing wood scabbards because I don't know. I don't like having to do the outside, whether it's lacquer or something like that. And I've always wanted to do like a sheet metal casing around the tip of this. That is, I don't know why. I find that so difficult to do. So in this one, since it's Viking, I'm actually wrapping the scabbard with leather. So it's a wood scabbard, and then it's shark skin in the center, a thin piece of leather on the bottom where the tip of the sword is, and a thin piece of leather that's been tooled up near the the guard. So I'm almost done. I should finish that tomorrow. So I'll post some pictures of it.
Cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be behind me, and kind of I'll put it up for sale, but it's going to Blade Show no matter what, even if it gets sold. So
that's cool. Yeah, man. The Viking challenge is an incredible. Well, just the YouTube challenge in general is a really awesome thing, man. And it's to get that many people together collaborating in fun competition, and then you guys got the viewers involved. It's all around just like a really good break from, you know, the monotony of everything we're doing on a daily basis. And it's really cool, man. You put together something really awesome that kind of, you know, just brings even more unity to this already.
And it's I find it really great to see how many people like step out of the box. Like when I hear John Norwood say that, you know, he's never made a sword this big, or Spencer has never made a sword.
That's fucking crazy.
And all these guys just stepping out of the box, viewers, everyone. So I think that's great. And I've, you know, my motto has always been, you know, step out of the box, do something new on every build. So I think it's great to see people step out. But speaking of stepping out, I'm really pissed off actually about what they're. So I suggested for the next challenge, because, you know, I'm like, during this we always like, oh, what do you want for the next challenge? I said I wanted the military challenge because I love military weapons, and the videos do really well. Everyone loves seeing military builds, and everyone kind of poo-pooed on that. And they want it was split between. This is on our Discord. Split between sci-fi challenge, medieval challenge, but then the big winner so far, and I think it's going to win because we let the viewers vote, and it's already a landslide selection. It's probably going to be the Apocalypse Challenge, which means you have to use recycled material.
Oh, that's your favorite.
I fucking hate it. So all these guys are assholes, and they're laughing on the Discord chat because they know that really puts me out of my element.
Oh,
Because
that's
there's no
funny.
fancy Damascus patterns, unless I can reclaim some like old saw blades or something like that and make some Damascus. But
You'd be a mere mortal, dude.
I
It'd be
know.
great.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll just bail and not do the next challenge. Just be an
Get
admin.
the out of here, you big wuss. I can't make fancy Damascus. I'm out of this. No.
I don't know. Something will inspire me, I'm sure, but maybe it'll be a great video. Who knows?
Oh my
Those
god.
videos do tend to do well. So,
Yeah, anything zombie apocalypse,
right?
freaking chopper killer,
Yeah,
toxic Avenger stuff.
yeah.
So
So,
you and the viewers voted, huh?
yeah, viewers are still voting, and that goes
I'm
to.
I'm in a cave. I had no idea that was going on.
Yeah, of course, viewers vote. Well, and for everyone, the viewer voting is 50% of the weighting, and then the judges voting. So there's 5 judges. Those 5 judges get to vote for their first, second, and third favorite builds of the participants, the participating channels, and that's the other 50% of the vote. So even if you know, it's like the U.S. election. Even if you win the popular vote, you still got to win the Senate.
Yeah, no, I get all that. I'm talking about the theme for the challenge.
Oh, yeah. That's in the second question. You
Oh,
obviously
okay.
haven't voted yet.
No, I haven't watched them. That would be irresponsible of me.
Yeah, we always usually the second question in the voting form is, what do you want for the next challenge?
Yeah. Hey, everybody, I watched 3 videos and I already submitted my vote. That's
Some
fair.
people do.
That's bullshit. So, yeah, okay, good. I feel like an honest man here.
Yeah. So that's kind of been my week in the Viking challenge. Yeah. What else? What have you been working on?
That's good, man. It's got to be a good relief, you know.
It is, because now I can focus. Knives, blade show, get it done.
Yeah. Well, I had a I had a couple things. You know, important announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Important announcement. This is Jerid from Echo Blades, and it is haircut week.
We're counting down to blade show. Only 3 more haircuts to go.
If it becomes 2, we have a problem.
Because it's what, 6 weeks? That's
Yep.
that's 3 more haircuts, right? Because you're going to get one right before Blade Show because you got to look pretty.
I do. Yep. 100%. Can't get on a plane with a fro. Get out of here. Not this guy. I do want to say that the feedback is still trickling in, and we're starting to get some more on the fresh and clean crew here instead of the animals.
Come on, they're just wannabe makers. They're not real knife makers.
Oh, I'm telling you. Ever since Brian came aboard the winning side,
He doesn't count. He doesn't have hair.
Brent too. I'm just saying,
Oh, I
man.
mean Brent.
Housemaid,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, housemaid. They're part of the fresh and clean, clean. But I did
That's
get a
what.
couple more.
That's why you're going to hang out there, right? You're going to be the clean, cool haircut club.
Wherever there's
It's like the Pet
sanitary.
Shop Boys, but different.
Yeah, exactly. I did have a couple more of the animal crew pop up too, so
Of
it's
course.
still going on. But I still find it funny, man.
We should have a little flip chart on the table at Blade.
Yeah, are you fresh and clean or animal?
It's like an abacus. Like you could just
Yeah,
count them.
exactly. Pick a little freaking Damascus bean or something and trust in the animal or the fresh and clean cut. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. Got all hooked up. So I had a couple cool things happen, right? So I've been wanting to ever since you started talking about the carbide platen, right?
Uh-huh.
Um
I already know what you're gonna say.
so I've been thinking about it, and it's an awesome, right? I mean, it's a no brainer. I think you said those exact words a couple weeks back, right? It's a no brainer, right? So I'm looking, and I'm thinking about it, and I look at my.
Because Brian's selling them now, right?
He is
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
yeah. I didn't know this when this all kind of started happening, but so we get that news, but I was looking at. So I have a housemaid and my home built grinder, and one of the glass platens started like dishing, and I don't know how long it's been there, right? It could have been there for a while, but I think I just noticed it because I'm focusing on trying to get this carbide platen. So Brent and I were chatting, and I was letting him know, oh hey, I think I want to get in. He's like, I think they're coming in. We got some. They'll be available soon. So I send him a text. Let's just say this is Tuesday last week. Send him a text on Tuesday, and I'm like, hey, let me know when the carbide are coming up, because I was gonna order the spoon kit too. And the fucker ghosts me, right? The whole day, the next day. So I ended up just putting it in order for the copper spoon kit, because I want to support them. And then on Thursday, so I gotta fucking backtrack back into this shitty work week, right? So very quickly, I've been in like a 3-day meetings with a situation at work that's required me to kind of like chew some ass, right? And I do that fairly well. I'm pretty respectful, kind of optimistic, let people know they're doing something wrong, but be optimistic about, corrections and, how we can get better and long term, blah, 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 blah. Finally, like 3 days of that, I fucking lost it. And I was like, this is bullshit. Yeah, I mean, I've had enough, right? So after that meeting, I was like, fuck, dude, I need to take a break, So I got in my car and I went down the street to go grab a Monster or something. This is like 2 or 3 days after I text Brent about the platens. All of a sudden, I get this fucking text. Hey, dude, sorry. We got the platens in and we sold them out the day that you text me. And I was like, what the, So I hit him back with this, like, and I'm pissed already. Like, I'm already worked up, right? And I hit him back with this, like, dude, like, and I think just one, just dude. I go and get my Monster. I come back, and then like 2 minutes later, I get this, got him. Like, the meme with the dude that, This fucker's fucking with me. He set me up. I was pissed. I'm not even gonna
Brent, I
lie.
love you.
I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I sent I sent him a voice message saying I hope you suck on a like I was fucking mad in a like I can't believe it because I don't get got that hard often. Like I was hooked. Like I was like this mother. He's I was pissed, man. So shout out to my buddy Brent. Like you got me, dude. That was freaking hilarious. I hope that it came across as good as it was, but then he kind of made up for it. So the other part about it is I'm a huge Oakland A's fan, lifelong, and I have a general and absolute disdain for the San Francisco Giants. I just that organization that and even worse, those damn colors, the freaking pumpkin theme, orange and black. So one time I was looking at some knives, some thicker clippers or something, and Brent had the orange and black camo on them, and the dude makes fantastic knives, right? But of course, I looked at him like those are the lamest handles I've ever seen in my life. Like you're going to be stuck with those forever. So, anyways, now it becomes a hey, I'm going to put these handles on something for you one day, blah blah blah. So he hits me up the other day and tells me that he's got something for me.
Yeah,
I'm convinced it's going to be a Giants themed knife of some kind, right?
he missed an opportunity there.
No, I think he did a fantastic good friend deed. Anyways, he sent me a mini albatross and it was Oakland A's theme, but he like custom did the G10 liners for the white, green, and gold. It came out fantastic, and I absolutely love this thing, dude. It is just such a great gesture, and I forgive him for being an absolute dick.
I love the carbide platen yanking your chain. This makes me laugh so much.
I could see, like, if you guys were like looking at what I'm looking at, I'm looking at this freaking this guy with this shit-eating grin right now at my display.
I think he should have sent you SF colors. What he should have done is sent you one that had SF colors, but in the corner of the box, wrap because they're removable scales. Then
Yeah,
he should have sent you the
that would have
Oakland
been
A's.
good. That would have been good. Because I was so like I wanted to get like a genuine reaction. I opened it with him on on the phone. So, but yeah, it was cool. Wow, that's great. But man, yeah, and then apparently I was busy the past couple weeks ordering shit because I got a bunch of shit came in. Like I was just
Shit,
getting
you forgot
package
you
after
ordered?
that happened. So I got I got my handle skills from Ryan Coakley. He found some curly maple in the dumpster and went and scavenged it, pulled it out, stabilized it, and dyed it. Dude, it came out like freaking awesome.
You do dumpster diving around here. You don't find that kind of shit.
No, yeah, you find needles and you may find some stuff that'll make you want to go dumpster diving again, but but yeah, bitchin' scales, man. I love them, and so I got those. He threw in a little extra block in there, so much appreciated. And I also got the scales back that he tried to restabilize for me,
Mm-hmm.
and they just didn't quite. I don't know what it is. It just might be the wood, because it didn't really change much through his whole thing. And then the ones that I got from him are bricks, so it's not like his process is not good. He's gave me 3 solid stabilized blocks back, and my
Yeah,
shitty one.
they just feel really light, like
I showed them to
pine.
you, right?
Yeah, you showed them to me. Remember we were talking about cactus jizz?
Yeah, cactus juice. That's right. So
Yeah, they just don't feel like stabilized blocks. That maybe they are. Maybe you got to try them. Like, what else can you do? You got to.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I mean, they're expensive too. So I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna waste them. But maybe it'll have to go on some kind of kitchen knife or something. So that's not gonna get handled
Yeah.
aggressively
Well,
for
the
sure.
kitchen knives will get wet. They get wet more than other knives. So, getting
Okay, I'll
washed
throw
in
them
the
all.
sink.
All right, I'll throw them away. Whatever, dude. Fuck no.
No, I'm just saying you might want to consider a knife that's not a kitchen knife.
Well, they'll float.
Yeah, that's true. You throw it in the sink and it floats.
Be a survival knife of a different kind.
You never
Yeah,
know. They might look amazing. We might eat our words.
could be. So I don't know. I got those. I got my induction coils came in. I
Oh, yeah.
got the taco, the box. I think I got a pancake one too. I can't remember. I haven't
Okay.
really opened the box up because I still got to get that electrical stuff figured out. That was cool. I got an order in for another um, tactical chupacabra. So the customer is a buddy of mine, and I was trying to get him to pick his own scales. Like I have a shit ton, but I'm gonna make sure he got what he wanted, and he saw a block that I had from Haikoa, and
Picking the expensive stuff.
yeah, and I gave him the Instagram, and he kind of looked, and he sent me this thing. He's like, I want that one. So luckily I was able to grab that. My buddy Tony Satani from Hourglass Knives put a random post on Instagram or Facebook that he was getting rid of some handle material, and this dude has the most obscene handle material collection
He's
like I've
getting rid of the
ever
whole
seen.
thing?
No, not the whole thing.
Oh,
This has got to be just some stuff he's just never going to get. I mean, he can't possibly get through all the shit that he has. I mean, his entire like wall in his shop, he's moved since, but he had this part of his wall that was, I mean, 8 feet long, 4 or 5 feet tall, 4 or 5 shelf. Like, it was huge, all stacked full of shit. And that wasn't even everything he had. So, anyways, he was selling some material at, $20 a set or something like that. So I wanted to support him, just grab a couple of those. So I got some cool blocks from him. And what else? And then I got a random package that just showed up at the house, and
really?
like a random. So I know we're all guilty of ordering shit and forgetting, right? And like getting surprised, but like I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know, but the name on it was like weird too. The size of the package was like, so anyways, I opened it up, and it's a set of tongs, and I'm like, okay, I didn't fucking order any tongs like at all. I know this for sure. I got a couple. I'm good right now. But it turns out that it was my turn. It was my turn to get the misled maritime package. So my buddy Lawrence hooked it up. He's had something go wrong with an order, and instead of getting it back all the way over, he sent it over to the right address, because he sent that other shit to you that one time that was meant to come here. So
See, folks, Maritime Knife Supply will send you shit even when you don't order it.
I'm saying, so if you need things for Maritime Knife Supply, like tongs, handles, pins, scales, drill bits, end mills, calipers, grinders, heat treating ovens, abrasives, steel. He'll cut your steel into 4-inch pieces for you, epoxy, whatever you need for your knife making and blacksmithing needs. Go check out Maritime Knife Supply. Our boy Lawrence Lake will take care of you, and he'll get it to you fast.
I just ordered 30 feet of 1084.
That's a lot of steel.
Yep.
And like one 30-foot.
No, no. By the foot, 30 feet of 4-inch pieces.
That is such a cool service that he gives, man.
It's a couple hours to cut that up for me. Even
for
if I
sure.
like slap it on the bandsaw, and that's a pain in the ass. That is like time I'd gladly spend elsewhere.
Absolutely. Well worth it. So,
yeah. And I'll put another plug in. That steel is always dead flat. Like it's never, I've gotten steel from other places where you get that
that
dish
round corner. Yeah. And the dish in it. Yep.
Yeah. And you end up taking off. Well, it's not just how much you're taking off. It's the time you spend on the surface grinding that stuff, which is annoying. So yeah, I'm loving the flatness of the steel from Maritime.
Yep. Shout out, Lawrence. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
And since we're talking sponsors, we also got a big kudos on the last episode from Frank at Two Basterds. He loved the last episode with Brian.
Nice.
But definitely check out Frank and Nita over at Two Basterds, Texas Smithy, and supplies for all your hammer needs. They got dog heads, they got cross peens, straight peens, diagonal peens, any kind of peen you want. Frank has got it. Now you're making me
That's with the skinny peen, dude. Get the fat peen. Get after it. Get after it with the fat peen. Two Bastards.
If you don't have a fat peen, you might as well get one from Frank.
That's right.
So go check him out. There'll be links down in the show notes.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh.
I also did an impulse buy. So I wear Crocs. And I know there's a lot of people
walking through the airport with you.
And yeah, we've done plenty of fucking trips. I go from regular mode to sport mode in just a quick flip of the heel there. And I love them. And I was just cruising through Instagram the other day on the death scroll, and I come by and I see the word Echo, and I stopped, right, and I see Crocs right there. Boom! Impulse buy Echo Crocs. I don't. There's no reason. Just yep. They just spoke to me. They hopped right in my cart. I was talking to a buddy and I was like, "Oh shit! Look at these Echo. Oh yeah, I'm getting them." I'm like, "Oh fuck, my Lynn's gonna kill me." This is not a very responsible purchase here. But
they're Crocs. How expensive could they be?
You wanted to take a fucking guess?
Get out.
Take a guess.
I don't know, like $20?
No.
No way. Higher.
They're $50 for a pair.
You're
of
insane.
For regular ones.
You're insane.
And not these super special, extra super make you run faster, jump higher, Echo reflective unit Crocs.
They're like they pour foam in a mold. Like, why are they? Are these like? Are there vibranium in these things? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know what they're. Just guaranteed to make you run faster and jump higher. They're the PF flyers of our generation, dude.
They are not. The PF flyers.
You're killing me, Smalls. Get out of here. Oh man, yeah.
So, are you going to be wearing these to Blade Show? Am I going to have to take a different flight?
Absolute F word, yes.
Okay, you wait. Even Parker's going to be busting on you for wearing those.
I could care. Parker's a young kid. They'll probably have Jordans on.
Yeah. In fact, he will. He was wearing them the other day.
Yeah, not a Jordan fan. It's the most uncomfortable shoes in the history of the world. When I was 16, I loved them, but now I'm about Crocs.
You're getting old. See, you're getting old like me. You're already taking naps in the middle of the afternoon.
Dude, that was legit. That was an unsolicited nap after a long day of doing, knife stuff. I went home. This was what, Sunday?
It was yesterday.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah. We did all kinds of shit yesterday and on top of Saturday. And I went home, went straight to the shower and laid on my bed. And I was going to watch some TV with my wife. And then boom, I was gone. 30 minutes of heaven. Probably the best 30 minutes I've had all damn week.
Yeah. My problem, I can nap no problem. But if I take a nap, I do not sleep that night. So I try not to, but sometimes it gets me. Plus, I'm getting old. I need naps.
I support it 100%. Stand behind your nap, dude.
Yeah.
That was good.
But yeah, we got a lot done yesterday in the shop. I had Parker in the shop. We made sharpening attachments. We did annealed a bunch of AEBL knives. We did your say it, Chupacabra.
Yeah. boys did it.
All right, come on, talk about that one.
Yeah, you said
You,
it.
you spent more time at that buffer than any man should be buffing.
Okay, look, another service announcement poll. All right, get back to me. I don't ever want to do that again, to be honest with you. That was not fun. I
You don't like
was
buffing?
so tense. Like, I'm convinced just from enough stories that that's the most dangerous thing in the world, right? And I could handles, I'm all good, you know. I feel like I understand that, but when I was getting the blade, and then you're like, yeah, just don't get the tip, you know, or just don't do it. And I'm like, dude, like, get out of my head.
I'm like, just buff the side that's not against the, just don't put the edge up against the grind. It's like,
No,
don't put the edge up against the grinder. It's like the same thing.
it makes
Like,
sense, and I'm very grateful for your help and your suggestion, because it did allow me to get through it, right? Because I did it like on my own, and I I was like, this don't look very shiny. He's like, you're a bitch.
you were like pussyfooting around that thing. And then I get up there and show you, come on, lean into it. Like,
There's no way I would have did that on my own. Not a chance in hell. I would have been
yeah.
calling you 14 times, and I would still be buffing it right now.
But you see why I like that. Like, I have a cheap buffer on purpose because I can stop that buffer with my hand. I don't want a 1500 RPM buffer that's going to rip the blade out of your hand really quick. Like, when I'm buffing, I'm actually stopping the wheel when I'm buffing.
Yeah,
So that's when I'm showing Jerid that, hey, you can stop the wheel, and you have to actually, it's kind of annoying because it's not fast enough sometimes, but then you're thankful that it's not sending a blade into your foot.
yeah, I can agree totally, and I'll take that all day long, because it was a big difference. And
Yeah.
once I
Yeah. And for clarity, we're talking about buffing a blade before it's going into gator piss.
yeah
And there, to me, there's, and when I did gator piss the second time, I actually watched the video from Koi twice. And I'm like, okay, the first time I didn't buff it and I didn't, take it to a high enough grit. This now I buff them. And that to me is a huge difference in buffing the blade before it goes into gator piss. Like, it really makes that 15 and 20 pop.
Yeah, I'm super happy with how this thing came out. So this is a Damascus uh billet. Again, it's a it's becoming a thing. It's a Jerid move, where I've had that thing for a long time. I think I took that knife to blade last year, and they got pissed at it,
Good.
and yeah, and then I put it aside, and then like a couple weeks back I ended up taking it back to the grinder and regrinding it, and I got it moved on now, so it's sold. But and I wanted to try the gator piss, so we did that yesterday, and dude, it came out. I'm
I
so
was
happy.
honestly, I wasn't watching you put it in the gator pit, so I didn't see until I walked up at the end, and it was stunning. Like, it is black and silver.
Yep.
Like, it's stunning contrast. It looks really good.
Yeah. I
Hopefully
just
the black stay like that, and we can,
yeah. So it's hanging right now, but like you said, we follow the directions 100%. I actually was talking to somebody else, and they were saying that they didn't do it, and they're getting decent results with it. So I mean, results may vary, processes may vary, just like everything else, right? Whatever works for you. But we were completely, I mean, I was completely happy with how this thing turned out. I just put a video, a reel up about it, a little before this, but yeah, I love it. It was pretty cool. And then I got a couple of paring knives that are going to my buddy Denis over here.
you know,
Kind of work out that prototype.
okay, if it's a pro die, because I was thinking, like, I love them, like, I definitely want one, but I'm surprised you want to do that knife now and not sell it at Blade.
Yeah, well,
Like,
I'm pretty confident I can bust a bunch of them out. So they're small, they're so I'm pretty good, and maybe if they come out like things have been coming out, then I'll just Indian give it back to myself and
I'm totally fine with that.
I'm kidding. But anyways, that was the intent. But I just wanted, because I have mine that I've been using, and if I can knock those things out and just get your opinion, see if there's anything we can, it's just a process.
Yeah,
Always a process.
you got to hand it to Kim and get her to cut something up with it.
That's who it's going to. By you, I meant Kim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I figured.
Yeah.
Because she's been bugging me for, I think, 2 years to make her a paring knife. It is like just not something. Because when I think paring knife, I think boring looking paring knife, and it just is not something I want to do. It wasn't sexy looking paring knife like what you made.
That's right. Got to get creative looking. So yeah, there's that, and so I'm making some changes to the Intrepid as well. I want to make it smaller, and this
like blade smaller.
Yeah, the whole thing smaller. It's as an EDC intended kind of knife. It's too big for me, right? So I'm gonna make some changes. Minor. Everything will be the same. Just kind of scale it down a little bit, and but I did do some. I'm finished up one right now. I just got to decide how I wanted to finish the blade, the finish on the blade. But I got some micarta last year at Blade Show from Maker Materials Supplies little thing. So they had like a really crazy deal for like 5 sets of scales of micarta, canvas micarta. And I just walked past it and I was like, why not? So I grabbed some, but I've never worked with the stuff. So I finally finished those things out, and I really like it. So I like the way it came out, and I shared it with a couple of people, and oh god, my buddy Noah from Entiat. I said it right. Entiat River Forge. I thought I remembered him getting the same scale, so I sent it to him, and I just asked him if he'd used it and if he'd ever worked with it and stuff. And I sent him a scale or a video, and then he got back to me. It fucking had me dying. I was thinking about it today. Like it was really funny. He goes, "Fuck off, dude! Like you just really wanted to show me how good that you finished that micarta." And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I swear. I think I burned the shit and it doesn't look good." And he's like, "No, that looks fucking great." So I handed it over to you, and you had some similar stuff.
Well,
so apparently, I'm onto something.
Well, I told you beforehand. In fact, I told you when you bought it that I'm not a canvas micarta fan. I've never seen it finished really nice. Like it's always got like a fuzzy look to it, and it's like rough, and I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Then you showed me that one, and it was super silky smooth, and it's awesome. Like I love the one that you showed me.
Cool.
Yeah, looks good. You must have buffed the shit out of that.
I did buff that a little bit, but I'm working on a process to try to minimize hand sanding on it with like an abrasive wheel type thing. And it's fucking, it's working. So I'm digging it.
Oh, come on, do tell.
I will. When I get it all figured out, I'll tell. I just told you, it's an abrasive wheel. I don't know where I got it, and I don't know what it is. So,
Jerid's not contributing to the community. He's keeping stuff under wraps.
I will find out where I got it and what it is, but it's goddamn looks like a super wheel or something from Pop Supplies where I've seen them, but it's not that particular one. But I've been doing it to finish the fronts of my handles as well, and it's bitching.
All right, well, send me a link. Don't be a dick.
Check my Amazon store.
He's saying that because I did that to him.
Every time I ask him for something, he's like, "It's on my Amazon." Fuck you. I don't want to go to your Amazon store.
Yeah, he wants me to go to his computer, type it in for him, show him, hit buy.
Exactly. Hit buy is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, on your account.
No.
I'm trying to limit my spending now, and the only packages I got this week are from Uline, so they're boxes of boxes. Not very fun.
Oh, okay. All right. So why would you get boxes of boxes, Dennis?
So I got all of the finished parts from Jeff. Everything's great. The prototype's going really well. So, you know, Sandshark V1 is ready. So I just got to figure out shipping, how much this is going to weigh, what it looks like when it's boxed up. And then I'm just doing final pricing. So, if not next week, the week after, I will set it up for pre-order, and you'll see all kinds of social media blasts and videos and stuff like that on it. Um, yeah, the Sand Shark is going to be real. The other thing, so I'm already working on the first update. I wouldn't say it's called an add-on. And when you use when you know even when you're hand sanding a blade, you're doing this back and forth motion, right? Even if you use the Sand Shark or any kind of automated thing, you still have the pressure of holding the block and the knife moving back and forth against the block, which is putting stress against your arms, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like you're still you're the force back and forth. So
You're the shark.
yes, you're the shark, or you're what's getting eaten.
Yeah.
Um, so what I've come up with is kind of a bracketing system that you and I'm still in early prototype phase for this, but you slide the the holder into this so that it doesn't move, and then the blade is going back and forth. So it takes all of the strain out of your arms. All you're doing is now pushing down, like you're just putting a little bit of pressure on the sandpaper. You don't have that force of the blade pushing your sanding block back and forth. So it's much more precise. You can dial this in so you can set it so that the sanding block goes right to your plunge line exactly only, and then set it up. And so again, I've got my early prototype set up. I've sanded with it a few times. I love it so far, but we'll see end of the summer-ish if and it'll be an add-on. It'll be something you clamp onto the hand rests that so we'll talk about that soon, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the sanding machine at Blade Show, at least one of them. Depends how heavy it is. I mean, we'll see. I may bring it without the motor on it because I don't think I'm going to have power to plug it in anyway, because the motor weighs quite a bit. So I may bring it without the motor, so you can see people can see what it looks like. So yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you're I think it's kind of hard to kind of envision the add-on feature,
yeah,
but when I tried it yesterday, really cool. I mean, like you said, there's prototype phase, but um I'm digging it. And the thing that I think is like probably the best part about it that is probably going to go over somebody's head until they actually get it in their hands and kind of do it, but it's locking that position on to where the plunge line where it stops just right up at the edge of that plunge. That was super cool. Like, because that's something if you're hand sanding, you're going to bump, you're going to ride right up the plunge, even if you want to or you're trying not to. But being able to set that, with where you set it on the slide and in the slot that you put it in, really cool, dude. I think you're on to something really good, and it's zero effort.
yeah. And the downside of the sand shark or any oscillating thing where the blade is moving, it's really hard to see the plunge line because it's moving back and forth. It's not like when you're sanding, you're moving the block back and forth, so you see the plunge line easily. So it's a little harder when the blade is moving. So you need some kind of mechanism to, yeah. So anyway, you guys will see it in some videos, I'm sure. Maybe even before Blade Show, but I doubt it. Most of that prototyping will be in the summer. So, but it'll be coming. It'll be a cool add-on, and I think everyone is going to want that.
Cool.
So yeah, and I got my new shirts. that
Oh,
I'll be
nice.
wearing at Blade Show. Got new shirts that are actually up in the merch bar in YouTube and on my website. It's got all these shark silhouettes on the back, so you'll, even if I'm walking away from you, you see a bunch of shark silhouettes on the back of a shirt. That's me, or Parker, or Jerid if he's got one. He's, you know, you got one coming.
Nice.
So
I didn't think about that. But anyways. Yeah, I think I was talking to Dennis too. I think we're gonna try to do some stickers for the Triple T
yeah,
too.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. That's be cool. Cool
Yeah.
to hand
Oh,
out there.
and I did want to mention everyone again, the scavenger hunt. If you have a table or a booth at Blade Show, you want to get in on the scavenger hunt. You don't have to do anything. I'll have, I don't know how many it's going to be. I'll tell people and I'll tell the viewers how many of the scavenger hunt tokens there are, because you're going to need to know, because there's going to be a scramble at the end. You're going to have to unscramble. So if you want one on your table, reach out to me and I'll put you on the list. Because then people are going to have to go around to your table. You're going to get more traffic this way because people are going to be hunting things down for the scavenger hunt. So
Yeah, and let them know. Send a message. We got somebody reached out to the podcast Instagram and said they were interested, and so either way, we'll get your info over to Dennis if it's on that too as well.
yeah, just something fun to keep people's minds occupied in the endless barrage of tables that is Blade Show.
Yeah. One other thing I want to talk about is Reaper Bobby over at Reaper Manufacturing.
Oh, those pictures he's been sending are the best. So explain the last one.
The memes.
Yes.
Right. So I'm not saying that we should look forward to this every week, but if it happened, that would be fantastic. So for the past couple weeks, he's been listening, and then something pops out at him, and he makes this meme and does it. The first one was the Chewie from Star Wars with all the knife makers yelling at me for for the haircut. The next one was the Viking bong, this Viking in a field of weed, and this last one was about the
So me using the
forging.
induction forge.
Yeah. Well, so we were talking about Brian was saying that he forged a cock and balls with Steve, and I was teasing Dennis like, seriously, you had me do a leaf? So he comes up with this freaking just fucking this all I can't think of the word that's probably socially acceptable. So that's the first time that's
It was the picture is this big buff dude with no shirt on.
Not how I would describe it in real world.
Well, a metal cup. It's all he's wearing.
Metal draws, dude.
And he's holding up a big steel leaf.
And a
and what was
leaf and a big, or not, I don't remember. Yeah.
He's holding up a big leaf. And what does the caption say?
It says, he said, like, I talked to Echo Blades, and this is how he felt after he went forging with Dennis. Oh my god!
Did you not put that picture on the podcast?
I put them all on there, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he collabs with me. Go check it out. It's freaking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go look at the podcast Instagram. I was rolling on the ground for. Oh man, that was a good one.
We started getting hammered too, man. This is a lot of California jokes, and so, a lot of people, the good-natured people, like, this is great. I love it. I mean, it was a good one, man. I did a good chuckle.
Yeah, those are the best. Keep them coming.
Yeah, absolutely, Bobby. Those are freaking gold.
Oh, and who did the other one? Nate.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Was in a private group. I will not be the one to freaking no, sir. For fear of public humiliation of somebody we know, I am not doing it.
Let's just say they took one of my pictures in vain and defiled one of my pictures. A big purple vein, yeah.
A big purple vein.
I'm gonna leave that to your imagination, and I think we should probably close the show on that note.
Hold on, man. We got to do a couple things here, but so I gotta do our maker spotlight.
Oh yes.
So I have what do I just had it up here a second ago. Here it is.
You had Valentini Garage Works.
That's right. Mr. Rob Valentini. I have been following the guy for a while, but just recently I started picking up on these razors that he's making. I am just fucking all about these things right now.
Because they're both hair cutting.
Maybe that's what the connection is, but I think they're fucking awesome, dude. They're gigantic from what I can tell, but they're really well done. And the finish, he's done some mirror finishes and some black and gun bluing finish with some colors and stuff. And I'm all about it, dude. So if you guys aren't checking him out, make sure that you do over at Valentini_garage_works on Instagram. And I think he's doing a raffle for one of them just right now. I just happened to check it out like a couple hours ago, so I got in on it because I'm all about it right now. So make sure you go check him out, dude. He's doing fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and if we need any fuel for any funny images of Jerid, to be him bald with a straight razor.
Yeah.
I mean fully bald.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. My brother's bald, but not me. I was bald most of my life by choice. So where all those haircuts came from, by the way. Just like the picture you saw the other day.
I was just gonna say that picture. So Jerid's wife Lynn sends I think she sent out a picture of you and her, and it was like must have been early on. You guys were just dating then or something?
No, that was maybe 10 years ago.
Oh man. You look young in that picture.
Lots happened in 10 years. Maybe 12, but yeah.
Yeah. I put a message on her like, where's Jerid? Who's that guy?
Yeah. It's crazy.
This week I've got Jason from Lind Blade, and I met Jason at the first Blade show I ever went to, Blade West, when we went to Long Beach. And he's a local guy. He's from San Jose, and I think he got right into folders when he started. Just love the engineering aspect of it. I think he's an engineer like me, so I think we're both in software. And he just makes some really amazing folders, and I love the work he does on folders. So when I'm planning on getting into some folders the second half of this year, so go check out Lind Blade, Lind Lind Blade, and go take a look at his some of the folders that he does. They're really spectacular. So go give him some love and check those out.
Yeah, these are ridiculously awesome.
Yeah, and I've held them in my hand and I've played with them, and they're really sexy, really fun to.
That's appropriately described right there. Like these are ridiculous.
Yeah, really, really clean work. Like very nice.
Wow, I've been sleeping on it. I've been following him for a long time. I'm just the algorithm.
You met him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are awesome. I didn't realize he was local though.
Yeah, San Jose.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, definitely go check him out. For sure.
So yeah, I'm sure we'll put these in the show notes, and you always tag them in the IG post so they'll see this.
I do. Yep.
Cool, man.
How young I looked in that picture. So my beard's. So I haven't had a beard for only a couple years, like ever, and since I started it, it's losing its color. So it's changing color. So it's pretty damn fucking white. I'm looking at it right now. So my wife and daughters were teasing me not too long ago, and I was like, they're like, you ever gonna dye it? I said, I'll dye it. I got no problem dyeing it. I'd actually like to see this thing all freaking, full. But I said, I'll never buy this, shit to do it. I don't
Grecian
even know.
formula.
Yeah. So I come home last weekend and there's a box of Just for Men on the table. So
All right,
hopefully,
when's it getting done? When
I
do we
don't
see
know
the
yet.
pictures?
I don't know, but I'll make sure to share.
You gonna
with
do it for Blade Show?
I don't know. See how it comes out. I mean, if I come out looking. Some people do it really ridiculously bad, where their cheek is black. I'm not trying to be that guy. Black dye all down their necks. And shit.
Oh, this is gonna be so good. I think you should try it a day before you get on the plane.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And by the way, I did get my pre-SA pre-check number.
Oh yeah,
so
you're
I
just
am
gonna
all good.
wave that in my face as we're standing in line, are you?
It's weird. Yeah, have fun, buddy.
I gotta go with Parker anyway.
That's right. Maybe I'll hang out with you. Probably not though, but
it's not like you're in first class or anything.
I always feel like I'm first class. First class is a state of mind, Dennis. Just join me, okay? Suspend the disbelief.
Yeah.
And enjoy taking your shoes off.
Someday we'll do first class.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Cool, brother.
I'm hitting a button.
Good deal. And that's a wrap.